Action.
Tonight's guest on the OP Show is Emeric Harney from Harney Sons. Coming at you live from Salt Lake City, Utah, it's Tanner Chatterley with the OP Show.
Welcome to Utah. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Come take a seat. We got your swig there.
Perfect.
Oh, it's a weird here. We'll pull the mics around. It's a weird time to be in Utah right now with how it's like 50 degrees. There's like hardly any snow.
Yeah, I definitely wore a winter jacket thinking I'd need it.
Yeah.
So,
and you're like, okay, I could have gone like long sleeve shirt.
probably just a flannel, a shacket.
Yeah, a
would be
shacket.
Yeah.
What's the weather like in your neck of the woods back home?
Well, it was 72 degrees a couple days ago, but now we're
Okay.
back to like high 40s. So,
Oh wow.
yeah.
So you guys had a little warm spill as well.
Yeah, we go in and out of it. Raleigh's never really that cold. I mean, maybe we get one or two snows, but so.
So is winter like 40 degrees ish, like the coldest it typically gets? Or where does it hang out in the winter time?
Yeah, I mean like low 30s, high 40s, or high 30s. It never really gets so cold as somebody who likes to work out a lot.
Yeah.
It's nice that I can continue to work out shirtless most of the year.
There you go. That's why you chose that location.
Actually has nothing to do with it. My husband dragged me to, I shouldn't say drag me because I was actually very excited to get there, but we ended up in Raleigh. So
Okay, so talk to me about, you guys met. When did you move to Raleigh then? And where did you move from?
So we met in New York City in 2013.
Okay.
And so I was in New York in general because my family has the tea company.
Thank you.
And then,
It's on the shirt.
yeah. You can
Shout
kinda
out
see it.
Harney Sons Tea.
Also confused as a funeral home in an elevator.
It does kind of have that branding, actually.
Well, when two guys are walking around kind of somber looking with black polos, it's not a good look.
It's not a
But
great look.
It is very professional.
Yes.
So I had opened up our flagship store that we have there in Soho.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
And we met. We moved up to the headquarters area. So it's upstate New York.
Yeah.
Small town, 1,600 people.
Okay, what's the name of that? What's the name of that
Millerton,
city?
New York.
Millerton. Okay.
Yeah. It's not where the company was founded, but
Yeah.
we were founded originally in Salisbury, Connecticut, and outgrew that over the years.
Yeah.
And Millerton was a wonderful place for me. It was my workspace. It was also where my family lived. Everybody was in like a 5-mile radius.
That's crazy.
And-
And how much family within a 5-mile radius?
So I have my dad is one of 5.
Okay.
So 4 sons and 1 daughter in that generation.
Nice.
Underneath John Harney. And it's great. Everyone has, children. So I've got all my cousins there.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a very quiet space for somebody who had spent most of his young adult life in a city.
Big cities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
it's for Rob, it was a mixed bag.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'd love to go back to Raleigh.
Yeah.
So
Is that where Rob's from then?
No.
Okay.
We're going to give a lot of Rob's story here, but no, Rob's from Rochester, New York. His family had the Rochester Bakery and they were really well known for their bread until Danny Wegmans came around. And,
Gotcha.
and you guys might know, I don't know, do you guys have Wegmans out here?
Uh-uh.
So great grocery chain.
Nice.
Really well known on the East Coast. Anyhow, so we were in Connecticut up through COVID. And as the marketing director, my job was generally remote. So once we stopped going to the office, I was like, cool, I'm going to move on because Rob wants to go someplace
somewhere
else.
warm. Yeah.
So we spent most of COVID in North Carolina and just kind of stayed. So
That's great. What do you guys like most about North Carolina versus New York?
I think
Outside of the weather.
I think the ability to have the conveniences of a city. We when we met in New York, it was wonderful. But as I started to get a little bit, grow into my maturity, I didn't love the volume of people, the lack of personal space. We didn't have a yard. So in Raleigh, we get to have real estate. We have a backyard for our dogs, and we still get to have a great food scene, a great nightlife scene.
Yeah.
So it's a really great mixture of both worlds. I think
That's awesome.
a lot of people, like before I moved to Raleigh, I was, what's there?
Yeah.
If it's not New York, San Francisco, LA,
Right.
or Europe or something else,
Yeah.
like what is it? But it actually is a really amazing scene for food, and there's
great.
museums there, so
Yeah.
keeps us busy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to go to North Carolina. I mean, is it the beaches in North Carolina aren't that great? People go to South Carolina for the beaches. I know very little about the Carolinas. Where are the Nicholas Sparks movies filmed?
Well,
Because they look incredible.
I think
Wherever
they
those are
were
filmed.
primarily filmed out on the Barrier Islands. I think.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever actually seen a Nicholas Sparks movie.
Oh,
Don't shame me for that.
Yeah, I'm going to shame you for it.
But
I'm going to send you a list of recommendations after this of just purely Nicholas Sparks movies.
one of them's like The Notebook or something, right?
Correct.
Is A Walk to Remember one?
I believe so.
Oh, okay. Then I have seen one. Maybe
Okay,
more.
A Walk to Remember is very
So
good.
she got me.
There's another one, The Choice. That one's great. What's the one with Josh Duhamel and Julianne Hough? That one's really good too. Dancing
Wow.
with the Stars, great show.
I believe they're traditionally filmed out in the Barrier Islands, which is like north central coast of North Carolina.
Okay, gotcha.
So there's this really thin Barrier Island and it
Yeah.
stretches forever. So you've got like Ocracoke and
Oh, yeah, okay.
Duck Island, things like
Yeah.
that. But we actually have a beach house in North Carolina, so I think it's a really nice beach.
There you go.
But
Just dropping that subtly.
well, I think the beaches there, we've had to do a lot of dune restoration. So
Yeah.
they dredge the sand, they pump it up onto the
Yep.
beach. They've done it twice since we bought in 2021. So
Oh, wow,
it's
okay.
definitely a lot of work to make the beaches feel good again. But
Yeah.
we actually, Rob and I I think we planted 1,000 sea oats, like
Oh my gosh.
plants. We try to restore the dune
That's
as much as
awesome.
possible.
Good for you guys.
Yeah, he's known as Dune Daddy.
Dune Daddy.
So is the house,
Oh,
but-
that's sick. What a
yeah.
great name. What a great nickname.
Yeah.
I'm just going to refer to Rob the rest of the show as the Dune Daddy.
That's perfect.
Okay,
He'll
great.
love it.
Emeric, thanks for coming on. We start every segment the same with Out of the Box. I don't know the last two segments, neither do you. And those are the ones that we're going to be competing against each other in. But really, we just want to understand who you are, understand kind of how this came to be, Harney and Sons, your kind of hand in it all.
Sure.
So I'm just going to ask you a bunch of questions. It's
Go
going to be
right
a bit
ahead.
of a rapid fire.
Okay.
Okay, so we were talking a little bit before we were sipping our swigs. College, you bounced around a little bit, different states. You guys set up the Soho storefront back in, 2013, 2014?
2010.
Okay, 2010. So it's been a long time. And then talk to us. So you're on the marketing side of the business. How long have you been doing that? And when did you get into that officially? So lots of questions, but
Yeah.
just start at the inception of Harney and Sons.
Sure.
Way back when?
Originally, Harney and Sons was founded in 1983. So
Okay.
my grandfather changed careers when he was 55 years old. I believe that's the right number. Somewhere in his 50s, early 50s.
And what was he doing before he started the business?
So he was an inn manager. So he'd gone to Cornell Hotel School.
Oh, wow. Okay.
On the GI Bill way
Yeah.
back when. One of my uncles or my dad was born in a like a desk drawer, essentially.
No way.
Yeah, he and my grandmother did not have a lot of money.
Yeah.
But they went to Cornell Hotel School. He was an inn manager kind of after that, kind of hopping around, doing
Okay.
different things. And he ended up in Salisbury, Connecticut, which is
Mm-hmm.
where I grew up and where the company was founded. And this was in the late 60s and 70s. And he was running an inn called the White Hart Inn.
Mm-hmm.
In that small town, a gentleman named Stanley Mason had retired from the tea industry himself, and he had started a business called Sarum Teas. Stanley was 3 generations of tea himself. His father had owned a grocery store in the UK in Sarum.
Oh, wow.
And and then his dad
You
had
said
worked.
Stanley. I immediately went to like Holes, like Stanley Yelnats when they, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
This sounds like, okay. Another great recommendation. Great book.
Cool.
Great movie.
All right.
Okay, I'll put it on the list.
Perfect.
Okay, so Stanley
Stanley
started this company.
He started Sarum Teas.
Okay.
It was kind of like a mail order business.
Okay.
And he went to my grandfather. They lived in the same town, small town at that point.
Okay.
Maybe 600-700 people.
Okay.
And having a background in hospitality through the Cornell Hotel School, my grandfather had a really strong emphasis on quality food. He was doing like a French and Chinese fusion cuisine. And then he was doing things like grinding coffee fresh before service to
Oh, wow.
inspire people to, oh, that smells great. Let me have that.
Yeah.
And then he was serving, for lack of a better word, low quality tea. I don't know if I can swear on this.
You can just use it gently. Yeah.
Okay.
Sparingly as well.
Right. Well, it was not good tea is the bottom line. And Stanley implored to him that, why are you not you put all this emphasis on all these other parts of your service.
Sure.
Why not tea?
Yeah.
And so thus began a very long friendship and then apprenticeship. And eventually my grandfather acquired Stanley's contacts and all that stuff when Stanley retired. And Stanley came on to Harney Sons as, kind of like a consultant, if you will, as he lived out the rest of his days. So 1983, we had 6 blends in my grandfather's basement.
My gosh.
And fast forward, I don't know if you want to go to today or 2010, whatever, but we're now, 350 teas that we offer, and we're on all 7 continents.
That is insane.
Export to 52 countries. So it's been pretty amazing to be part of a family legacy that is also continuing to thrive in its 3rd generation. So
okay, so talk to me about. Well, that was a big fast forward.
Sorry.
And so I want to go back. No, you're fine. I want to go back a little bit and say, so how do you go from 6 teas, and are you guys still manufacturing the teas yourself? Do you have someone else that manufactures? Like, talk to me about like the manufacturer process, and then your responsibility when you joined the business and you kind of were like, okay, we're going D2C now. When did that shift happen from like, well, I assume you only sold it in like grocery store chains. So talk to me about kind of like, how do you get to this juggernaut of a business now?
I think in the early years, it was a lot of connections that Papa John had developed through the hotel school. The hoteliers are a really tight-knit group.
His name's Papa John?
That's what we call him.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Better ingredients, better tea.
Sure.
Papa John.
I don't think we can use it, but I like it. So I think a lot of those early years, it was kind of bootstrap. He was trying to do wholesale work. He had a small, mail order catalog. My father joined the business in 1988.
Okay.
And he also had gone to Cornell Hotel School. He worked in a wine cave.
Just staying in the business.
Yeah.
In the inn business.
And he had worked at a wine cave in France and really developed his palate. And I think he's a large part of why we have been able to grow our offerings so much.
Okay.
So I would say in the early 90s, he ended up meeting our current broker for tea in Germany. So much like a real estate broker, he sees the wealth of everything out there with his contacts and his sources. He narrows it down for our offerings and then shares that with us. And then we make our purchases.
Wow. Okay.
So his name is Marcus Wolf.
Yeah.
And we've been working with him. Yeah.
A lot of great names.
We've been working with him since 1992. And I think
Can we give Mark Wolf a shout out?
Sure.
Shout out Mark Wolf.
Marcus Wolf, of course. And his kids have done internships with us. We've done internships with him. That's how
so cool.
Me and my brothers, when we were all 16, we all ended up doing like a 2 or 3 week internship with him, learning how to taste tea.
So did you go to Germany then?
Yep.
And so you had that experience in Germany. Tea. Are you doing other things too? Like, I mean, it sounds like was it Papa John that did the, almost like a sommelier type practice?
It's very interesting. Papa John had a good palate. He didn't have an exceptional palate. I think my father has an exceptional palate. Okay. And in our generation, I think I have a good palate, not an exceptional palate. So maybe it skips a generation. I don't know. I'm not gonna have any kids, but maybe my nephew or my niece are gonna be good. Yeah. But the interesting thing about the training for us is that when we go to Marcus, we were tasting anywhere from 300 to 500 teas a day. Oh my god! And it's definitely, it becomes something that you have to learn over time and through exposure. You cannot. There's no shortcut to being a better tea taster. And you think about how things feel on your tongue, how they smell, how they taste. All of those things come into play. But that's really, you can only learn so much even in a 2 or 3 week internship. But it begins the process. And I think for us, my little brother's not in the business, but my older brother is. Yeah. And I think for us, it kind of is that first moment for us in our semi-adulthood that we are like, is this something we want to be a part of? Sure. And at that point, the answer was no. Yeah. For me.
Yeah. And when was that? What year was that where you're like, hey, this is really cool. I can recognize that there's like a really cool, rich history here, but I don't want to be a part of it.
Well, it's interesting. So I told you when we first were chatting that I started working with the business literally when I was 3 years old, taking labels off of rolls and handing them to somebody else to put on.
Tax write-off.
Yeah. But throughout my early teens, I worked weekends at a retail shop. It was enough for me to make money because my parents didn't give me an allowance.
Yeah.
I had to earn my spending money. And
good for them.
In high school, I continued that and started to have a little bit of an interest in the creative side of everything when it came to tea, like new blends, new ideas. The first blend I made was something that we still sell today, which is called White Christmas. And from there, I think it was kind of like the beginning of, okay, marketing is actually what makes sense to me. Maybe not
I like
tea.
that. Yeah.
And so selling something that was, and not the data side of marketing, right?
Yeah.
The experiential side of marketing.
Yeah.
And I think that was where I wanted to pursue the creative side of my adulthood versus following in the family footsteps.
Right.
So I disappeared for, I don't know, after high school, I disappeared probably 3 or 4 years. And then when I was like 22, my parents and I had a conversation about, hey, you don't really have a degree yet. What do you want to be doing?
Yeah.
And my dad had mentioned, if you're not going to be doing anything, I still really want to open up a store in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And, I at that point had no real prospects for what I wanted to do. So it sounded like the right thing to pursue. And the more that I ended up putting all the effort into it, it was such an autodidactic experience where I had no idea how to do a business plan. I had to learn how to do that on the fly.
Yeah.
I started working with our realtor in Manhattan, exploring all the different neighborhoods that we had kind of considered. Did we want to be uptown on Madison?
Yeah.
Did we want to be in Tribeca? For my dad, Soho always seemed to be a place that resonated with him.
That's cool.
We work with a woman named Mary Bell. She has a chocolate company, and she has been in Soho for a long, long time. I think almost 3 decades now.
Oh, wow.
And so I think that spoke really strongly to him. Like she's a very specific type of product in the consumable space.
Yeah.
And so are we. And so maybe that's the right neighborhood for us.
Yeah.
So we ended up signing a lease in 2010, and I ended up moving on from the general managing position. I think it was like 2014. So I didn't take on marketing at that point, but I started doing design for the company. So leading all of our packaging updates and new products. And then in 2016,
that's crazy.
We had a bit of an intense absence of our marketing department. And
that's a nice way to put it.
Yeah. Well, and after working for the brand for 6 years and really having a good understanding of it, I was 28 at the time, and I was like, you know what, this is, I can do this. Like, I don't know all of at the time we were on Magento, and I know nothing about Magento.
No one does.
But the good news is the marketing team, as I was walking into the position, essentially, not walking in, it is nepotism at the end of the day. Let's be serious. I don't have a degree in marketing and e-commerce, but they were almost done with the migration to Shopify. So my first job essentially was do the redirect.
Help us figure this out.
Well, just like they had already done the product import, all the architecture and everything. So I literally had to do the final steps of, little fine touches here and there.
Yeah.
But there was an agency that we were working with for the migration. So
nice.
It took work, but it wasn't nearly as much work as they had actually already done. So,
and in that, I'm going to go back to the shop for a little bit. So in that shop in Soho, what's kind of the experience for customers that walk into the shop? Is it like, hey, I can go choose my tea, you brew it for me, I'm out the door? I mean, is it kind of like a coffee shop? I mean, I'm not as familiar with the tea world. And how important is, like, I was going to ask this earlier, but like, I love the smell of coffee beans and the smell of coffee. When you guys are creating new products, how much of, we talk about the palate, but how much of it is like the smell of the tea once it's brewed?
Yeah. To answer that question first, I mean, it's like more than 80% of it is the smell. When you think about the areas of your tongue that you have access to and what you can command, there's 5 senses that we talk about. But when you think about what you can smell, there's a whole bunch more things that you have to be able to reference. And so when we taste teas, essentially, like, you see this come out in Asian culture. When you really enjoy a meal, you might slurp it to not only show appreciation, but it also enhances the flavor.
Oh, interesting.
And part of that is that you're aerating the liquid, and that eventually will travel through your retronasal passageway, and you'll be able to smell what you're actually consuming.
Okay.
So when we talk about, fine green teas or black teas that might have notes of cocoa or squash, what it is that the liquid itself doesn't actually taste like that, but that it, as it aerates and hits your nose, that's what you're reminded of, and that's what you smell, and that connection is where where the rubber meets the road there.
Yeah, that's super interesting.
It definitely is important, and I think in the world of tea, we've traveled to this area of like natural and artificial flavoring when it comes to flavored teas, and the natural flavors are a lot less potent. And so there's a lot of people that were, customers of ours in the early years that were like, oh, this tea tastes a lot less strong than it used to. And it's like, well, because now we're using natural flavors.
Right.
So, it is an interesting shift in, the consumer demand for a more natural product.
Yeah.
However, the result is not necessarily always as enjoyable.
Interesting.
I still think our teas are delicious.
Yeah.
Not to say otherwise. However, it is definitely a far less potent smell. And natural flavors also, they don't have the same shelf life as artificial flavors do. So, an ideal consumption of a flavored tea would be somewhere between 18 and 24 months, where artificial teas might last longer.
Okay.
And then there's also oils, bergamot oil we use a lot. Earl Grey is a very popular tea.
Yeah.
And that's not a flavor at all. It's just, oil of bergamot, and that lasts a very long time.
Gotcha.
So
super, super interesting.
There's a lot to talk about there.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't say too much about negative things about flavors in the final edit. But the experience to go back to the store question, when my mom first started the retail side of the business, she had like a 250 square foot retail shop. So, you walk in, there's a couple tins of tea on the wall, and you buy them and you leave.
Yeah.
It grew over the years into a tasting room. So you would come in and you would see these, a wall of tins behind the bar, instead of bottles of liquor or something like that. And we would pull them down. You would smell them. You'd be able to taste them. We do a lot of complimentary tastings for people. So both our store in Millerton, New York, and in Soho, we have complimentary tastings.
Nice.
We always have a pot of tea as well. So we do like what we call tea of the moment. It changes every hour.
That's
so,
cool.
If you camped out for 8 hours while we're open, you'd at least try like 16 different teas that way.
Wow.
And so a large part of that is that the sensory experience for tea is so important.
Yeah.
And the proper brewing, the proper infusion method, temperature of water, all of that plays a part in it. And that education is better shared through experience as opposed to just reading out on the side. So for us, that educational aspect has always been a top priority. So
that's super interesting. How do you take the kind of the experience of shopping in the Soho store and translate what you just described? Because obviously, like coming in and taste testing teas by the hour, how do you make that a digital experience? And how do you have customers, because you guys have such a big business online now on Shopify, how do you get customers to kind of experience these different, I keep wanting to call it styles or like different flavors of tea, and how do you get them to, is it like do you have like rotating products that customers subscribe to? Talk to me about the digital experience now.
The product discovery is like every year I'm always like, I want to improve it because it's never good enough.
Right.
When with a library of flavors or tea offerings over 350, to get somebody,
that can be overwhelming.
It is super overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's also very interesting in the tea space. Is a little segue that people that are into a certain flavor profile, they seem to like only like that flavor profile. That may not be mind blowing for a lot of people.
So maybe like White Christmas, that might be something I'm drinking.
Yeah. Well, so it's
not
vanilla,
even around Christmas time. It could be every single month of the year.
You might. It's vanilla, almond, and cardamom, right? So there's a little bit of a sweetness, a little spice there.
Yeah.
And people that might find that tea to their liking, they don't want something that's also sweet but not vanilla, or they don't want something that's cinnamon because they like cardamom. So it's a very difficult task to try to engage people in a way that pushes their comfort zone. So we do our best through online quizzes. Obviously, I think the advent of AI in that space has helped us tremendously, because our first quizzes, 5 years ago were completely manually built, and it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
And now being able to utilize AI to help us really facilitate a broader purchase path for each customer it's really helpful. So I think the quizzes are one part of that, because when people walk into the store and you might be talking to somebody who's a tea connoisseur, and that conversation is very different from somebody who's like, well, I don't drink tea at all. So what do I like?
Yeah, for the first time.
And sometimes we engage in those scenarios as like, well, do you drink beer, or do you drink wine, or some sort of a liquor? Because
or energy drinks like me.
Well, sure.
Celsius, Monster. What are we talking?
I mean, we do actually. We probably have some teas that could fit the bill, but from finding somebody else's preferred palate preferences, we can find ways to kind of steer them in the tea world.
Okay,
and
cool.
I think that through not only quizzes but through our flows that we use in email marketing and even through direct mail pieces now, that we are trying to guide people in a non-aggressive way. It's not like, hey, you need to make this purchase and this is the tea to buy. It's
more educational, kind of prompting them.
We do have a large amount of we have an entire 52 series welcome for people that are, just completely trying to understand the world of tea.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it does adjust and adapt depending on, did they show interest in maybe a cinnamon tea or an Earl Grey tea? And I think because we don't have a scratch and sniff type situation or taste, that's the best that we can do in the digital space for the time being.
It seems to be working. Whatever you guys are doing, whatever you've built on the marketing side seems to be working really well. So
it's not a me only, the marketing side is fairly small, but the operations team that, we have 350 employees, and we have a manufacturing facility in Millerton that's 92,000 square feet.
Oh my gosh.
And so everything is, to answer your question from a while ago, everything is still made by us. Yeah. So we receive containers daily of tea, and then we have, giant machines that blend 1,000 pounds of tea at a time. So, you take the dry leaf, we add the oils, the dried fruit or cinnamon chips, whatever it may be. It spins for 2 or 3 hours, gets moved over to another section of the company. And we buy a lot of, we have Italian machinery that makes tea bags. Wow. We have Japanese machinery that makes sachets. The tea bag machine does, I think it's 400 bags per minute. So
that's crazy.
Not far from here is Celestial Seasons. They have a large capacity manufacturing facility themselves.
Oh, cool. I didn't even know.
It's Colorado, but
okay.
Still not that far. It took me like 45 minutes to get here.
Yeah, Colorado's not bad. Was it like 8 hours from here? Something like that? Colorado? Yeah.
Drive.
To Denver? Or 8 to 10 hours, something like that? Yeah. Sorry, I'm in driving terms because I have 3 kids and we have to all. I was like,
it took me like an hour by plane. What are you talking about? Like,
it's like 8 hours. It's not that far. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions, then we'll get into the other segments.
Sure.
Okay, for someone that's starting off in marketing, right? They're graduating from school. They want to get into marketing in this digital world that we live in, pertaining in the e-com space that you and I operate in. What's a piece of advice that you would give them?
Don't be afraid to find somebody's email on a website and just send them a direct message. Like, the number of people that have reached out to me just finding my name on the Harney Sons website, and we've ended up creating either some sort of a partnership or an internship. I think that the closed mouth does not get fed is one of the most important idioms I've ever held on to my entire life. So always ask questions.
And then for the person that's, let's just call this person someone that's working maybe in the CPG space, or they're in another space within e-commerce, given kind of your extensive background in marketing, now that you've been doing it for a long time, what's something that you would advise them to try? So let's say someone's been doing marketing now at their job for 2 or 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. What's something that you've stumbled upon recently, given this ever-changing world that we live in, that has been successful for you?
Most recently, it's been identity enrichment.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about that.
It started for us early on with Elevar, which was a server-side data platform that helps us connect the purchase process back to Google and Meta for advertising purposes.
Cool.
And we put all of our pixels in that container that they have, and now obviously Shopify has its own pixel container, so there's a lot of things. But Elevar kind of put me down this interesting downhill slope, and now we use 5 identity enrichment partners.
One thing led to another.
It really did. And it's just been interesting because obviously the entire digital space has changed so much in the last 3 years with cookie deprecation, Apple privacy, and all of that. And, you know, the increasing use of, you know, things like DuckDuckGo and, you know, things that make our job as marketers harder. And identity enrichment, I don't always understand exactly what they do. However, the interesting thing about it is that you can continue to test one against another as far as providers. And I've found, obviously I have 5 of them, I've found that each of them can actually fill a different hole in your retention gap or acquisition gap. So basically, anytime that we're spending money to drive somebody to the site, if they're browsing anonymously or, you know, whatever their privacy is, I want to do everything I can to try to capture that email. But we've also put a lot of filters in place to make sure that we're not badgering people in an aggressive way, because we want the positive experience there, not a negative one. But we have a waterfall effect where we have our native Klaviyo flows, and then we have, after that is one called retention. They find a large amount of people that Shopify doesn't. After that is Elevar, Black Crow, which has been a huge partner in our space for advertising purposes. They do AI storefronts and things like that, as well as upsell and subscription.
Oh, wow.
We started with Checkmate recently. I don't know if you know Checkmate.
Shout out to Checkmate. Yeah, Harry. Harry's our boy.
So far, really, we've only been with them for a month, but they immediately proved their value, and we're using their enrichment as well as their targeting platform. And then we just started on with Instant. And so Instant's like the most top of funnel one, but or bottom of funnel. I said that wrong, but it's you know, it's people really deep in the checkout process that they're trying to identify. So each of them comes with their own ability to be like, oh, if we don't make this ROI, then no commitment. But they've all been able to exceed it. And for me, it's like, you know, finding money that was left on the table.
It's, I mean, there's, what is it? Is it James Clear's book when he talks about the aggregation of marginal gains? It's just, and you're using like 5 different tools to find marginal gains from your funnel, right? It's like you need to capture as much as you can.
We've tried other areas to try to do that, and like CRO, it doesn't seem like the way that people engage with our website is the way they were going to engage with our website. And we use, you know, the latest theme available on Shopify, but I think that finding those people and hitting them with a different or the right message via email once they're away from the site is what's worked for us really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so that concludes segment number 1, which is out of the box. We're going on to segment 2
of 100.
Out of 100. That's the name of the segment.
Thank you.
I'm like, we're actually camping out here. You're going to be here a long time.
Sorry, Rob.
We have 100 segments on the OP show. Okay, so out of 100, I've never done this one. Do you want to read the instructions for us?
Sure. So there will be 7 questions. Read the question. The data is surveyed in 2021. Out of 100 people surveyed, how many do you think answered yes? Closest to the answer wins the point. So,
okay, out of 100 people surveyed, how many people answered yes? Okay, so here's the example question. 100 millennials. Do you prefer a text over a call? Make your guesses. And then the answer is 77. So closest to 77 wins.
Cool. Okay. Price is right.
Price is right.
Wait, so
but it's called out of 100.
But if you go over, so this is not. Then it's kind of like this is not the price.
No. It's just whoever's closest.
Got it.
Yeah, because Price is Right. Yeah, because we've done Price is Right on here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it was pre-inflation edition too. Pre-inflation. Okay. 100 people asked, "Are you a good dancer?" How many said yes?
Ooh. I got my number.
Okay, you say yours first.
37.
I'm going to say 45. Whoa. That's crazy.
I'm not
on the first one. Did we show you these slides before this?
Yeah.
You didn't guess it
Megan
right
and I
on. You're
go-
like, I'm going to say 37.
Megan and I go way back.
Yeah.
So the answer was 39.
39.
That's,
39 was the answer.
I'm impressed.
Okay. 100 Americans were asked, do you like the beach? How many said yes? It's got to be high.
I think it's got to be high.
79. There's people that don't like sand.
I'm going to go 67.
92.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
That's almost everyone. I wonder who those 8 people are.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes when we try to invite people to the beach house, and maybe it's just they don't like us, and they're just like,
Hey, you can invite me and my family to the beach house.
it's too small for the family. Sorry.
Damn it. Next question. You want to read this one?
Yeah. 100 people over 40 were asked, do you still get money from your parents?
Whoa.
So you and I are a similar generation, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I'm trying to think. Oh, over 40, not under 40. Okay, that's different. for
Over
me.
40.
Sorry, I know I read it out loud, but
Yeah. 100 people over 40 were asked. 31. I saw Meg lift her head up a little bit. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that was a good sign.
we'll go 52.
41.
Dang.
So we're both 11 away. What's that? Oh, no, sorry. I'm 10 away. You're 11 away. I said 31. Yeah.
That's why your head perked up.
Yeah. Okay,
Don't
so
look at
I
Megan,
get that
she's-
point. So 2-1. 100 people who have cars were asked, can you change a flat tire?
Dang. 11.
I'm going to say it's 50. 57.
Kicking my ass.
Let's go. 3-1.
Can we do a CrossFit workout?
No. I'll throw up probably. I haven't done CrossFit in so long.
It's okay. Basketball seems to be your thing.
Basketball has been my
tall,
thing recently.
so.
That's right. It helps. 100 comedians were asked, did your parents discourage your funny instincts?
This has got to be high.
Yeah.
86.
Whoa. Okay. That's high. 71. Whoa. What? Good parents
Closer.
out there.
That's terrible.
Good parents out there. Wow.
Wow.
I'm still closer.
I feel like most comedians that I've ever listened to, like maybe I just listened to really crass
They had like
ones.
hard lives. Yeah.
Yeah. Like dad was, I mean, that's where the stories come from.
Right.
So
That's where the humor comes from. Is trauma.
I'm
right?
out of touch with
Typically?
humanity.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I was listening, I've been off social media for a little bit and I was listening on the plane while playing chess on my little screen. I was listening to the Smartless podcast.
Okay.
Those guys are funny. Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and Sean Hayes.
Yep.
Hilarious. I'm going to send you one. Okay. You want to read this one?
Yep. 100 U.S. adults were asked, is a hot dog a
Oh,
sandwich?
this stupid thing. This was like an inside joke at a company I was at. They had this long debate about it.
Really?
Yeah. How many said yes? Hot dog, a sandwich.
I want to say like 5.
Okay, you're going low.
I'm going low. It doesn't have like a top and a bottom. It's a side.
Yeah. But it's also connected on the bottom, right? It's like
Like a hoagie.
it's
Okay.
like a hoagie.
Okay.
Kind of like a hoagie.
But I'm going to stick with my answer.
I'm gonna say 10.
You're just going to win. You just like, I go extreme.
You
You,
went
just
super
go
low.
somewhere in the middle and you're like, yeah, I can't lose.
I'm just crushing Emeric. So next one. 100 fathers were asked, do your kids consume too much media? Oh, my dad's favorite thing to say is if we were acting up, he's like, those damn devices. He loves saying that. Give me your phone.
Really?
Turn in your phone. Yeah, it was
How
always
old are
turn in
you?
your phone. 31. Yeah. Mainly to my younger siblings, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I just kept hearing it because my youngest sibling is 10 years younger than me.
That is a large spread.
Yeah. So, and there's 5 of us. So it's like I always.
Jesus.
And I'm the second oldest. Seth or Sean is the oldest.
My favorite.
Yeah, Sean. Shout out to Sean Chatterley. This is high. It's high.
It's got to be high.
I'm going to say 63.
74.
Okay. 42.
Fucking A, man.
Tough one. I think Emeric's only got 1 point.
I think I have 1 point, but my boots match the set, so that's good.
It's a good boot. What boot are we rocking right there?
Fry.
They're
15 years old.
Dude, they're holding up great. Let me give a shout out to our boy Porter Simmons from Thursday Boots.
Oh,
Another great boot company.
yeah. I have.
He's just here in Salt Lake. Yeah, they got
really?
great stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Segment number 3. So I won.
I lost. What does the loser have to do?
Push-ups.
Chug this
after this.
All right, that's easy.
Push-up contest.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do that. I just got off a plane like 2 hours ago. Yeah, you have to chug all of that, and it's super sugary. You said because of the syrup pumps
and the cookies.
Oh, the cookies were good, but we have dinner in like
10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes. I literally I pulled up my watch and the notification came up. Okay, segment number 3. What am I?
You don't know this one.
No. There will be 9 riddles on the screen, shown one at a time. The person to guess the correct answer wins a point. Each answer is something you can buy in the store. Oh, retail edition.
Okay.
I have a head and a tail, but no legs. What am I? You can buy it in a store. I have a head and a tail. Is it lettuce? I'm just thinking head of lettuce. And it's got that little like bottom thing.
Yeah.
Stem.
Now, is the store always a grocery store? Or is it just like any store?
Yeah.
I was trying
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a good qualifying question. What do you think? Meg?
Megan's like, can't answer the question.
She's asking ChatGPT probably.
It's not something you can always buy in the store.
Okay, it's not something that you can always buy in a store.
So the instructions.
So the rules changed. They're wrong. Great.
I have it. And
That changes everything.
Yeah. So you still want lettuce?
I'm going to stick with lettuce.
Yeah.
If anything, just to give you a point, hopefully.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm getting this one though. A head and a tail.
But no legs.
A quarter?
Oh, it's a coin.
I don't know.
You're right, dude. It's a coin. A penny.
I'll take it.
Yeah. We give him the point. That was a great guess. Wow. Keanu thinks so too. Yeah, your head none. Number 2, I'm full of holes, but can hold a lot of water. What am I? A sponge.
It's a very good answer.
Yeah.
I don't.
We
think
just
I have
saw the SpongeBob movie a couple weeks ago.
Answer.
I think that's it. Yeah. Crush that one.
Quick.
Yeah. 1-1.
Krusty
The
Krab.
Krusty Krab. You want to read this one?
I start with E, end with E, and contain one letter. What am I?
Contain one letter. Envelope.
That is.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Beat me to it.
Okay, number 4. I have keys but open no locks, space but no room. And you can enter, but you can't go outside. What am I? I think it's almost easier to think about it if I'm the one that reads it.
I don't know.
And then when you read that last one, I was already kind of thinking through it, but I have keys but open no locks, space but no room, and you can enter but can't go outside. A piano. I'm just going with the keys part. No lock, space, but no room. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm trying to think about the space but no room part.
One's tough. That one's a tough one.
I don't think the piano's the right answer, but I don't have a better answer just yet. Do we have a time limit?
No. But you're out of time. A keyboard.
You were pretty close. Space but no room.
I don't understand that part.
Like there's a space bar.
Oh.
I don't get the no room part.
Oh, a keyboard. So I was close, but it's not. Yes. I was also still thinking of a.
And you can hit enter.
What's the small version? The piano that's just, it's a keyboard, right?
You were almost there.
Yeah, damn. Okay. No point for me though. 5. What has a ring but no finger? A ring but no finger. Phone?
It does ring,
It does ring.
but it doesn't have a ring.
True. A doorbell? A bell maybe, or?
I apparently need to go back to school. This is my reading comprehension.
These are tough. Riddles are tough. Do we have 9 of these?
I would die if I was in Harry Potter
Right?
in front of the Sphinx. It would
Oh,
kill
yeah.
me. It would definitely kill me.
The basilisk?
A telephone. That was your second
Is it a
guess.
telephone?
Not the
go.
basilisk.
The Sphinx.
The Sphinx was in the riddle in Goblet of Fire.
Oh.
I'm a bit of a Harry Potter nerd, so.
We actually, you know what's so funny? We made several, I was at dinner with one of our partners last night. We made several Harry Potter references. That was wild. And we were also in a taxi cab. This is like going through Times Square, and the 2 cars were like, it felt like they were inches away from us on either side. And I was like, I feel like
You're gonna be
we're
on the
that bus
Yeah.
where we shrink down and we kind of expand back out. You know what I'm talking about? The purple one?
Yeah. With the voodoo heads.
Yeah, the voodoo heads.
I got some pop culture, but not smarts apparently.
We'll do a pop culture one next time you're down. Okay, number 6. You want to read this one?
The more of this there is, the less you see. What am I? Darkness.
That was fast. Whoa, hello darkness, my old friend.
I had to get
You got a
something
dark
there.
past, huh? Yeah, darkness. I know a lot about that. Number 7. What has a bottom at the top? What has a bottom at the top?
A bottle of ketchup?
A bottle?
I don't know.
Honestly, the Heinz one
I don't know.
that rests on the lid.
Yeah.
Those are great. Oh, you were gonna like mouth something.
I see how this relationship works. This is shifty over here.
She just drops me hints. I have no idea what any of these are. And I'm just like, what? What is it? Phone a friend. No, I'm not gonna guess. I have no idea. Legs.
A butt.
Oh, a butt.
Yep.
That's right. That makes sense. Number 8. What has one eye but can't see anything at all? A hurricane.
That is a very good answer.
The eye of the hurricane.
Definitely cannot be bought in a store.
How funny is that?
These instructions are piss poor.
Can I buy, what is a hurricane? What's the rollback price of a hurricane these days?
A potato?
Ooh. Hurricane.
Potatoes have more than one eye, but I still was going back to the original instructions.
That's what threw you off.
The whole thing. I've just been thinking of the grocery store aisles, like
Yeah, what
ketchup.
is that?
Like-
Yeah. Heinz.
Yeah.
Number 9. What has many teeth but can't bite? I hate that I already know the answer to this.
A knife?
Oh, like a serrated bread knife.
I don't know.
We were talking bread earlier.
You already know the answer, apparently.
I already know the answer. Zipper. She didn't even know the answer. I feel like this is also like this riddle. This one, number 9. I feel like I've heard this one before. I've read this or something. Oh, and that's it.
That's 2 losses.
Not a great record. Yeah, chug. There we go. Let's go. His throat's probably burning. You got Diet Coke, right? Yeah. Oh, look at his eyes. They're watering. Oh my gosh, she's doing it. First time on the OP show, chugging the swig. That's basically how I drink all my drinks, though. So, oh my gosh. Let's go. That was great.
That's terrible.
You got all the syrup that's sitting at the bottom of the cup.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Champ.
I didn't actually expect my eyes to water.
Yeah. That's tough. Good for you.
I needed the sound, otherwise it wasn't going to be a success.
Yeah, that's right. The slurp at the end. You need the slurp at the end.
Yeah.
Culture. Okay, you've got 3 cameras on you. I think there's 3 still. What's your message to the world? What do you want to tell the people out there? The people of Millerton, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina.
Primarily
and Soho,
the world.
and Utah. And the world.
And the world. Buy some Harney Sons tea.
Let's go.
If not for yourself, for
Buy
your
some
friends
tea.
and family. So.
It's quality stuff.
We'll have to send you guys some for the office. I'm surprised.
Please
we
send
haven't
us
done
some.
that yet.
That'd be awesome.
We'd
love
Sean
the
could
smell.
use some in his basement office.
What's that? That's right, dude. Shout out. That's fantastic. Emeric, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's
Yeah,
been
of
a lot
course.
fun.
That's a wrap. Yay. Oh, that was great. That was awesome. Hold it.